Hello! Merry Christmas! Today is Christmas Day! And admittedly, I'm not shooting this on Christmas Day. I shot this last week. But it's Christmas Day, all the gifts are open. You're thinking, what the heck can I do with all that leftover eggnog? You may have saw in my video I tried 6 different eggnogs. There was a lot of eggnog floating around my house. We had discussions about pasta with eggnog. That didn't seem like a very viable option, so I thought up 3 things you can do with eggnog when you're sick of it. First thing I did, and I made Eggnog Oreos. Take regular double stuffed Oreos, which you may still have sitting around from, Christmas treats and that too. Scrape out the cream, mix it in a bowl with some eggnog, add some powdered sugar. I did chill mine in the fridge because I had softened my cream just so it mixed a little easier. Mix it all together, chill it in the fridge, put it back in an Oreo, and they were excellent. Now, admittedly, I do know Eggnog Oreos existed, I think in 2015, but they were not chocolate, they were white Oreos, which is blasphemy to me, and they probably aren't as eggnoggy as these because these are pretty strong. Christmassy. Woo! This is really good. Admittedly, they're a little softer than regular Oreos, so I do keep them in the fridge, but they'll certainly hold together for a party or something if you set them out. They're really Christmassy. The chocolate and the nog shockingly goes together. I don't know why. And I highly recommend taking the time to do this for something novel to do with your eggnog and something novel to bring to a party. One thing that might be a good Boxing Day breakfast is I made eggnog pancakes. So what I did is I just took a simple pancake recipe that we normally use, very basic, that has milk in it. I swapped out the milk and mixed it all together with eggnog instead, but also I did add a whole teaspoon of cinnamon. They definitely come out much darker, almost like a buckwheat pancake, but they are still very delicious and only slightly eggnoggy. The cinnamon really balances it out and makes it very, very good. They're super sweet and I just eat them plain or with a little bit of butter and a fork and knife. But if you're really into syrup, you could definitely put some syrup on these or some caramel sauce. And hey, maybe you could replace the dairy in your caramel sauce with eggnog too. Last but not least, I actually made eggnog ice cream. This one is a little bit trickier because I do have one of those 1980s ice cream makers. So all I did was literally take the eggnog, put it in the ice cream maker that was pre-chilled, and make it like I normally would an ice cream recipe. This may be a little bit harder if you don't have an ice cream maker, but if you Google ways to make ice cream without ice cream makers, there are ways you can do it with chilling it and then putting it in a high flour blender or making it like a gelato. That technique you can definitely do. I'm surprised more regular ice cream companies don't have eggnog ice cream. I didn't see any in my grocery store, but this is freaking delicious and it's the simplest one. You just freeze some eggnog. This would also be really good on like a pie with spice or brownies or any leftover desserts too. You want to go deep with this, you can put your eggnog ice cream on your eggnog pancake. I thought of some other ideas too that I didn't have time to film. Take your eggnog in replace of milk and make eggnog buttercream icing. That would be delicious. Really, the theme of all of this is you can replace milk in almost anything with eggnog. One of my favorite is that I use eggnog instead of creamer in my coffee during the holiday season. Then obviously I'd recommend not putting in any sugar because the eggnog, especially around here, is pretty sugary. So thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you have some great ideas how to use those leftover treats or leftover foods from the holiday season. If you have any unique suggestions, feel free to comment below. You can subscribe to see all my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!